You're watching the Isaiah Factor Uncensored.
And thanks for joining us on the second half of the Factor Uncensored. The Uvalde School District is still trying to get things right. Leaders have suspended the district's entire police force. Another officer, Crimson Elizondo, was also fired. It comes after an investigation revealed the officer didn't do much to stop the gunman. Now, here in Houston, efforts to prevent gun violence continue, including a town hall meeting and a gun buyback program by Mayor Sylvester Turner. Let's talk about it.
Representative Wu, you have a town hall meeting planned on gun violence. What prompted this?
Well, a few months ago, we had a town hall on sort of the dealing with the problems of gun violence and having the public come and ask questions of the leaders, including the police chief, the sheriff, and many other leaders. What's going on? What are we doing? And how do we fix it? Now we're going to talk about, hey, now that we have a discussion about what's been happening, let's talk about actual solutions to drive down the number of people being killed by gun violence.
What are you hearing from constituents out there when it comes to gun violence and the availability of guns on the streets of Houston?
It's not, Isaiah, I want to be really clear. It's not just from constituents. It's also from law enforcement. People have been talking about the number of gun-related deaths for years. And since 2011, the number of people being killed in Texas by handguns, by weapons, by firearms has doubled. This is not a recent thing. This is a continuing trend. Number of gun deaths since Governor Abbott took office has risen by 66%. And this has been compounded, made so much worse by the fact that our legislature keeps passing more and more laws, and Governor Abbott keeps signing more laws that makes it even easier for anyone, even criminals, to get their hands on a firearm.
What are some alternatives if in the legislature you have the control in the hands of the Republicans who are passing open carry and legislation and laws like that? What can you do as a Democrat in the state legislature to stop any of this or address the problem?
Well, the honest answer is none of this is actually going to stop until the voters say enough is enough. During 2021, when law enforcement came to the Capitol and said to our lawmakers, please, we're begging you, do not do a permitless carry. Do not put guns on the street without a background check. Do not put guns on the street without a license. Do not put guns on the street without education, without training, without even the most basic levels of control. Please don't do that. But the legislature and Governor Abbott did it anyways. And what we have seen in the past years is a rapid spike in the number of guns being stolen. If you want to know where criminals get guns, it's from stolen weapons.
What we've seen in this latest political season is many Republicans trying to weaponize crime in Houston to their advantage. How would you counter that?
Look, the crime rate across the nation on everything else except related to homicides has gone down. This is proven by the FBI statistics. We know that this is a national trend. What has changed, especially in Texas, in the past few years, from 2011, that the homicide rate with firearms increased from way back when it was like 80-something% of homicides were committed with firearms. Now it's in the 90s, right? It's so easy to get a firearm in Texas. It is so easy that anybody off the street, whether they're permitted or prohibited from buying a gun, they can get their hands on one. And every time we have a mass shooting, instead of reining things in, we make it even easier for anybody to get a gun.
For those who would like to attend your town hall meeting on Monday, what are the details, Representative?
It will be at the Baker Ripley Center off of Hillcroft and Sands Point. It is open to the public, and we're going to actually discuss one by one the proposals that have been brought forth by the police chief, by the sheriff, by Sheriff Garcia. By Sheriff Gonzalez, and many other advocates in this arena, including things that we've been talking about for ages. Stuff as basic as a universal background check to make sure that no matter if you're buying a gun from a store or transferring it from a neighbor or just some weird guy that's selling it in the back van of the Walmart parking lot, everybody needs to be checked. There's no more excuses anymore.
And really quick before we lose you, we have another gun buyback program this weekend in the city of Houston. Do you think that is effective and it has a role to play in getting some of these guns off the streets?
I'm telling you, every gun off the street, no matter if it's a piece of junk or if it's a brand new weapon just freshly out of the store, every gun that's off the streets and out of the hands of criminals, out of the hands of kids, out of the hands of people who are mentally unwell, that's a victory.